In green meditation, we have what would seem a rather unorthodox approach to spiritual work. For one thing, we incorporate all kinds of different traditions. I'm just as likely on any given night to talk about the Bible as the Dhammapada, or the Koan, or the works of Rev Nachman as some other, for instance, Zen Buddhist text. And yet it's deeply informed by the method of Koan study, which we did for many years. In this group, for 10 years now, we have met every week to talk about the Koans of the Bible. These are passages from the Bible that, as we sometimes say, get stuck in our throats like fish hooks. We can't swallow them, and we can't spit them back up. They're sayings or episodes or things that puzzle us, that we can't quite shake off. They are spiritual paradoxes that lie at the heart of life. Jacob wrestling with an angel all night long. We've evolved a very interesting way of working on koans. Traditionally, a Zen master will give a koan, and then a Zen student will go and meditate on the koan for a period of time and mull it over inside of his or her mind until something begins to loosen up a bit, begins to get nimble and more playful. Some aspect of the story begins to shake out of its usual pattern, and then fresh insights come from that process. Then the student will go before the Zen master and present his or her understanding, at which point it will be confirmed or negated, or sometimes may even meet with an indifferent response. And this process goes on until the student gets clearer and clearer. That's certainly one way of doing it. That's one approach. Another approach is to pool our resources collectively and to engage in a different kind of religious practice or meeting, whereby we get together. We don't necessarily recite the same prayer. We don't really have a liturgy. We don't have much of a format even. We just get together every week and we have two rules. We get to question anything, and we don't get to throw anything out. So the koan, whatever it is that we're discussing that night, lately we've been talking about Genesis, although we're free to bring in everything from Eckhart Tolle to the Bhagavad Gita to the Quran to the works of Jared Diamond. We talk about all kinds of different things. Everyone's free to bring to the table whatever they have and to question whatever they want. But no aspect of the story or the koan gets thrown out. It is what it is, and we wrestle with it as a group from week to week. And in that wrestling, interesting things happen, because every person brings what they have to the table and they pour it out, and there's no set script, and so things are open. There's a kind of an open space in between where the bandits dare not go. The bandits and the murderers dare not enter that circle of spiritual friends observing these two rules, because there is no established path and anything can happen. And the bandits and the murderers, these negative spiritual forces, really lie in wait for ruts. They lie in wait for spiritual friends who have come together to delude themselves week after week and year after year, or to maintain some sort of a static cultural norm or attitude. That's where the bandits are drawn. That's where the murderers go. That's where these negative forces congregate. They cannot find a place to be in that open circle where there is a tension or a space that unfolds between the opposites of being free to question and not being able to throw anything away. Really, these two rules just mirror the planetary ecology, and that's the reason why we observe them. We get to question anything. We have tremendous freedom. We have free will. We don't get to throw anything out. You can't throw a stone out of this world. In the same way, we are here. This is where we live. This is where we were born. This is the place that nurtures us. This is where we are going. There's nothing else going to happen but this. So we come together. We practice with one another. question one another, love one another, care for one another. And spiritual transformations just naturally occur, and the koans get answered in a miraculous, sometimes mysterious sort of way. All that without a lot of shouting and hitting, and without a lot of sore knees. We all meditate. We all have very serious practices. We don't have to have the same practice. We don't have to call our higher power by the same name. We don't have to have any sort of great uniformity of experience when we come together. We recite the Heart Sutra. That's about it. We do a little Om chanting at the end. That's about it. When we get together, we meditate in a circle before our discussions, and then we hold our discussions, and that's it. It's simple, but it works. Attainment indeed, there is nothing to be attained. The Bodhisattva relies on the Paramita with no hindrance, and no mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear.